kind of all sorted. Lovely stuff. Ladies, righty-ho, let's take ourselves up and onto feet to start with. We're going to start up on feet. So hopefully you should all be able to kind of see me kind of nice and well and easy. Tonight's class is just going to be a real lovely kind of blend of a bit of kind of everything. We've got a bit of core in here, a little bit nice kind of glute work kind of as well, and then I'll treat you all to the chill kind of at the end. So we're going to come and bring heels together, bring toes together, just coming just so that you're grounded just to the center of the mat. When you're ready, we're going to turn heels out to 10 and 2 and just walk your heels out so that you kind of find our standing neutral position. Now we're just going to let arms go. We're going to shut down eyes, and I want you just for the first couple of moments just to feel really grounded down just into the mat. We start just by being aware of our breath. So we take that breath in through the nose. We breathe out through the mouth. Feet ground down, arms are heavy. And we just scan through the body, releasing any pockets or any areas of tension. Arms are relaxed. And with the eyes closed from here, we take a slight slide forwards onto big toes. And then slowly just drop back and onto heels. Slide forwards onto big toes. We're testing the balance a little. We're just awakening just sensory fiber just in the feet. And then we come just to settle just in just the middle just of the feet. We let the top half of the body just drop forwards and go. Arms are just dangling, head is heavy. A couple breaths in and out. Breathing into the back body. Next breath out, we tuck the tail. We slowly uncurl as we peel back up through the body. Heads last to lift, eyes open once we reach the top. Shoulders relax just down and just by our side. From here, we'll sweep the arms just up to the ceiling and we'll stretch and grow long and grow tall. Nice big stretch. Stretch on up. And breathing out, we'll drop the hands down and behind the head and take a little twist or rotation around to one side. A breath in, we'll come back up through the center. We'll stretch and lengthen. Breathing out, we drop the hands down behind the head. Take that twist, take that stretch, other side. A breath in, come back up through center. Breathing out to stretch around. Then the hips, they stay facing forward. And with every rotation, we try and come around just that little bit further. Coming up tall in the center, we really lengthen. Hands drop down the head, twist on around. Breath in through the center and lengthen. Breathing out to drop down, twist on around. Breath into center, lengthen. Breathing out to twist around. Last one up through center. Breathing out, drop down, hands come down behind the head. And we stretch and we lengthen through center. These arms come up nice and long. And we relax and release, hands just coming down and just onto hips. Hands come onto hips when we're ready. And we just let the shoulders just slide down and just away from the ears. So we're lovely and long. We take just that little first tuck of that tailbone under just slightly. So we've got a little bit of lower core engaged already. And we're going to send bottom back, down and behind, and we squeeze to come up. Now, if you're on a little mat this evening, just imagine that you're sending your bottom kind of back to the back edge of the mat, and we squeeze to come up. Sinking down and squeeze bottom to come up. Not kind of sure if that bottom's doing what we want. Just pop hands like into your imaginary back pockets and check that those muscles both fire and squeeze as we come back up. We're just softly opening up and into hips, and we're just getting things just really softly going this evening. Good. Sink and drop down, squeeze and come up. Really nice, especially if you've been sitting on this bottom all day and you're feeling like we just need to get a little bit of a workout. Good. Squeeze and come up, down. We've got 3. Looking great, everyone. We've got 2. Dropping down, last one coming on up, we hold. Hold and standing. From here, we just need to lift that left heel up and up with the ground, come up and onto toes, and we slowly lower, swapping onto the other side. Now our hips here, they stay perfectly level. What I want you to imagine is that little kind of line at the bottom of your kind of tops and your t-shirts doesn't move at all. We keep that dead still as we lift and as we lower. We're controlling through the pelvis, and we're really setting a really nice foundation for our effort this evening, making sure that we're strong. We lift and lower, lift and lower. Give me 5 as we are, 4 as we are, 3, 2. Last one, we keep and we hold then that left heel up. Right hand's going to elevate. So we're doing a little bit of coordination, maybe a little bit hard to get brains in gear, but we're going to roll on to the other opposite toe as we lift the opposite hand. We're taking toy soldier. So we squeeze through the back body as we change, 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 making it a little bit more complicated, more things to think about. Don't let those hips slide. We keep that core strong. Change, 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 change. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and release, hands come down. Little kind of wriggle. Just take a little rag doll, just side to side. Work it all out. A little bit of warmed up. We've got everything going. Now, if we can, we're going to take a hold just of your weights. If you don't have weights, don't worry tonight. Little tins or 2 little heavy household things will kind of do. I've set up with about 1 kilo tonight. That's probably around about where we want to work. A little bit heavier, you might just do a little bit less of the arms. If you've not got weights, do the arms and we'll just work together. Rotate those palms out into the front of the room, the heels stay grounded, shoulders slide down and away. And we're going to take a double heel lift and a little bicep curl. Hands come up to shoulders and we relax, release and lower. Beautiful stuff. They're just looking so great already. We glide on up and we slowly lower. So we're starting just to combine some little motor patterns here. We're starting to get just the kind of whole of the body active together. Now, if you are coming up top and you're noticing that your little ankles drop out, try and stop and avoid that happening. Come up nice and strong, nice ankle stability, slowly lower down. Curl up strong and we slowly lower. Brilliant stuff. Curl and release. Let's take 3 together and release. Move 2, release. Last one. Release and drop down. Rotate the palms so that they're kind of in and towards your thighs. The thumbs, imagine they're leading the way. We're going to sink bottom back, hands sweep out in front of the shoulders, and we squeeze to come up. We're taking that squat with a little bit more this evening. Bottom drops back a little bit further, hands sweep out, and we come on up. Brilliant stuff. Sink on down, slowly come on up. We're down and up. Down and up, down and up. Great control, everyone. Down and up. Little peek at those knees and make sure those knees aren't coming into center. We're sinking down, coming on up. We're going to take 5, come on up. 4, come on up. 3 and up. 2 and up. Last one, we come on up. Really lovely work. So we're going to sink back down into that little kind of quarter squat. Arms are going to just dangle just in front. And from here, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, arms lift up, and we slowly lower. A little bit of core here. We want the back to be really quite straight, but supported well by tummy muscles here. You'll maybe feel bottoms working and front of the thighs working as well. Squeeze and open, slowly release. Squeeze and open, slowly release. 5 and release. 4, release. 3, release. 2, release. Last one, hold on out. Arms slide so that we're in a little standing Superman. And from here, we're going to push those arms out and draw back in. Little double arm Superman, push and out, we draw back in. Great stuff. Push out, draw in. Beautiful work, ladies. Looking so strong. Good. Upper traps working here. Really strong around the shoulders. You need to let those arms go. Give them a little sneaky wriggle and roll. We've got 3. Come on in. 2. Come on in. Last one, slide out. Come on in. And we press on up from here. Hands can drop down and we just take a little kind of rolling breath. We're doing so well. Really nice stuff. We're going to change position of the feet, but we're going to keep a hold just of the little weights just from here. So we're going to take the legs out slightly wider than kind of hip distance, and we've turned our toes out to 10 and 2. So we're standing in a kind of wide position squat. We're going to start with the hands just down and just by our side. From here, we're going to sink down into a little squat, palms turn up towards the ceiling, and we sweep and come in. Now we do a little kind of roll of the wrist as we drop back down, and the palms then kind of drop down. So palms up on the way up, rotate and flip palms down on the way down. Sink down, come on up. Good. As low as you feel comfortable going. After those first couple, you might kind of feel that you can sink a little bit lower. But I know for some of you, you've got tight hips, a little like me. This can feel quite tricky, but this is looking good. Sink down and come on up. Sink down and come on up. We've got 3 and up. We've got 2 and up. Last one, hold down. Hold down where you can, lower the tupper. We high bicep curl our hands into shoulders. We push out and away. Good, hands come into shoulders, push out and away. Curl in, push away. Curl in, push away. Keeping that nice upper body position. Good, curl in and away. Curl in and away. We've got 3 and away, 2 and away. Last one, push away. Now flip those palms towards me at the screen and we come into that little standing cactus. From here, we're pushing the legs straight, arms come up and overhead, and we drop back down together. Let's push, come up straight, we drop back down. Push up and straight, back down. So this feels a really nice kind of strong position. We're using legs and shoulders together here. Arms maybe feeling a little tired, but not much more. Good, we push on up, come on down. We've got 3, we've 2. Last one, we come on down, we hold little cactus arms. From here, we lift that left heel and we slowly lower. Other side, we lift and lower. Keep the arms where they are, lift and lower. If those arms are at the end of their tether, just bring them in and just give them a little break. Okay, keep those heels going. That lower, keep nice and smooth as we can. We lift and lower. We've got 3 and release, 2 and release. Last one, release, drop down, double heels for me here, ladies. Hold down nice and low. We lift the heels and slowly lower. Give me 4, release, 3, release, 2, release. Last one, release, drop on down, and we are all done. Lovely work. Ladies, well done. Those arms have worked hard. We're definitely all warmed up now. Give those legs just a little shake and pop your little weights down just to the side. They can come just out to the side and out to the way. We're just going to finish just in standing, just by doing a little bit of nice work just for kind of the up top and upper body. Make a little kind of like basket just with your hands and bring the hands just in and just behind the head. I want you to transport yourself to kind of an exotic beach somewhere, a little bit like you're on a sun lounger. Head is just going to feel really supported and heavy in the hands. We're going to take a breath in together, and as we breathe out, we're going to lift the chest up towards the ceiling, but keep the head just heavy in the hands so that head doesn't dangle. We hold, and then breathing out, you round through the upper back. We tuck the chin into chest, and we keep the hands there just to provide an extra little bit of stretch, but we're not pushing on the head. A breath in, and we open the chest, lift and look up towards the ceiling. And then we roll, arch back, chin to chest, head drops down. A breath in again there. We lift through chest, we open head, stays relaxed in the hands. Last one, we tuck the chin into chest. And we let the hands then just melt away from the back of the head. We soften the knees and we take a little roll down towards the toes. Now the head is heavy, the arms are heavy. We hang and we hold once we're down here. We take a little breath in. Breathing out, we bend the knees, the tailbone tucks under, and we slowly, gently uncurl. We peel back up through the spine so that your head is last to lift. Restack up top. A breath in here. Breathing out, chin to chest. We're using this little roll down tonight to really just feel as though we're controlling through the spine. We enjoy that little hang with the head heavy, the arms heavy. Make sure we're not tensing at the jaw. Breathing out, tailbone tucks under, knees they bend. We slowly curl back on up. Head comes up last. Breath in once we reach top. Breathing out, as the chin drops into the chest, we lift, we drop, we roll down towards the toes. That little bit of softness just behind the knees. As we soften on down, we just keep the body relaxed. Couple breaths in and out. There's no tension here. And when we curl back up on that breath out, we do it slowly, trying to restack, letting all those little fine intricate muscles work away to create just a lovely tall standing position. And we're there. It is lovely. Hopefully feeling a bit more kind of alive, feeling a bit more upright. We're looking great. We're going to come down onto mat, ladies. So I'm going to move screen just so that you can all see me as I come down better. And I'll allow you just to come down. We're going to start on all fours tonight. So come on and kind of down and onto all fours. Kind of adjust your screens, your mats, anything that you need to get yourself comfy here. Have your little bits of kit kind of close by. So have weights and have little bands if you've got them kind of close by, because we will kind of need them. But we're going to start just kind of echoing what we were working on, kind of in standing down and on the mat. We're going to take a little flow through the spine. So we're going to start with a breath in, breathing out. We're going to arch the back, tuck the tail and drop the head. We hold in this position, and then we're going to just hold that arch as we slide back into shell. Now shell looks a little like a child's pose, but the back is a bit more kind of arched and the hands stay stuck. We hold there for a little moment, and then we glide on forwards, taking a breath in, letting tummy go, letting head lift, letting tail lift. Then we take a breath into reverse, we arch back up, holding breath in. Breathing out, we slide back into our little shell. Stretch through that upper back, stretching really long and deep. Breathing in, breathing out, we slide on forwards. Big breath in here, tummies go, head lifts, tail lifts. And then we tuck tailbone under, last little one through. We start with that back arch, we hold. We slide then, hips down and just onto heels. We glide on back. And then we slide on forwards, chest lift, tail lift. We come into that little reverse cat. And then we soften just to our neutral spine. So neutral has us just making sure that we've really lengthened the back of the neck, the chin tucked in slightly. We've drawn shoulders down and away from ears. We've got a little bit of light kind of tummy engagement here, and we're really well positioned on all fours. Two options, ladies. Option is to work without the weight, or take your little kilo weight and we're going to pop it just into your right hand. So the right hand takes a hold of the weight here. Shoulders slide down and away, core engaged. Breathing out, we're going to slide opposite arm, opposite leg out and away and slowly come in. Now we hover those limbs if we can before we slide back on out and we slowly come in. Good, glide out nice and long, we slowly come in. Keep those lower backs really still tonight here. Ladies, I want you to imagine that you've got a little kind of cup of tea in that lower back that you're desperate not to spill. You almost want to think about pressing hand and leg out the way rather than coming in. If you're working with that little weight, it's going to be working your lower back a little bit more as well as that arm. If that starts to feel a little heavy, just ditch it and work without the weight. We're going to take 3 more together and work on it. We've 2 and work on in. And we're going to take the last one gliding out and we come on in, relax into center. The weight comes into center, we stay on all fours. We are going to tuck the toes just under from here. Shoulders stay lovely and long just away from ears, chin works in towards the chest. Draw and engage belly button just up and just in towards spine. When you're ready, breathe out, lift the knees, come up into a little hover. We're going to hold here. Lift up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, and we're going to drop on down. If that felt kind of comfy, if you want to push a little bit further, let's take those hands just away from the knees. We can all lift in the hover, stop if you're happy working here, but if you want to push and work yourself a little bit more, stretch the back of the legs, come out, hold plank. Looking good, ladies, let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release and drop on down. Couple more as we are. Make sure the tummy, belly button is working into spine and it's not pushing down towards the mat. Breath in again, breathe out, let's hold. Hold and hover or come out high plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release, lower, drop on down. Little readjustment, last little set, belly button works up and into spine. Breathing in, breathing out, lift those knees, hold, hover, push out our high plank. We've got last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release, drop on down, slide on back, and just let those hips just drop down just onto heels. The head, it just softens down, and we hang, we hold here. Couple of really nice deep breaths just in and out. Tummies, we just let them go completely. We don't need to hold on any longer. As we take that breath in, the rib cage expands at the back of the body as well to the ceiling. We ease ourselves just up, just nice and slowly from here. It's lovely. We've got the other side to work. So take a hold just of your little weight but slide it over into the left hand if you're using the weight. If you're not using the weight, still the same exercise. Left hand and right leg are going to hook up as the pair this time. When we're ready, let's slide on out and slowly work back. Slide on out, slowly come back in. Let's go out, come on in, out, and in. That little kind of hover really works our control. If you feel that you need just that little moment to reset, do by all means. But if we can, let's try and work endurance a little tonight by sliding out and drawing in. gliding out, coming on in. Lower back's just beautifully stable, core engaged. We've got 5 here. Let's come on in. We've got 4. Come on in. 3, 2. Last one, glide on out. Come on in, drop on down. Ladies, and when we settle on the mat, we just take a little kind of cat and camel. Anything here just to kind of ease out just through the body. Oh, definitely warmed up now. Much hotter than I thought it was going to be tonight. Let's take ourselves from our all fours position over and onto our sides. Coming on to side is now where I'll get you just to find your little bands. Now, if you've got a little pre-made loop one, like a little round one, that's perfect. If you don't have a loop, if you've got a long bit of band, we're just going to make that into like a little loop. And we're going to bring the bands this evening up and over the legs. Kind of shimmy and jimmy that band kind of on up. So it's going to come over your kind of thighs, kind of halfway up the long thigh bone. If you've got a long band, tie yourself up like a little kind of parcel, like a little package, and have that band in exactly the same kind of position and place. The band is going to provide resistance. It's going to make us work a little bit harder. So if you don't have a band, don't worry, you're still going to get a good bit of workout. Come on to side when we're ready, ladies, and if you have a little pillow handy, that would be great, or a wee jumper, or a wee yoga blocks, perfect. We're just going to either kind of sandwich that little kind of pillow underneath the head and let the bottom arm kind of drop out, or we can slide the arm kind of into like a little kind of pillow itself if we don't have something just to drop in and underneath. So we just really want to make sure that that kind of body is nice and comfy. All looking good position-wise, looking great. We're going to change legs up a little. We're going to bring them though a little bit further forwards this evening so that your little knees come to the front edge of your mat, and you're going to slide those heels forwards as well. So it's like you've kind of like been on a little chair and you've fallen onto kind of your side. We've got 90 degrees at the front of hips and 90 degrees at the knees. Slide that top hip forward so that both of the thighs look the same length and the little knees are in line. Top hand comes onto the top hip. We push that hip away from the armpit to create that really long top side. When we are ready, we are going to lift that top knee up and slowly close. High climb. That whole leg lifts and closes, a little like the top of a heavy book. We lift and we lower. Good, really lovely. Spot on. We lift and lower. Now we want to start to feel this working kind of like in the top outside portion of the hip. Pop your kind of hands in there, and as you lift and as you lower, you should get the sense that you're kind of contracting or squeezing underneath. Try and keep the front of the thigh quite relaxed. It might want to kind of switch on. If that bottom leg is working a little, that's okay. But again, try and keep the front of the thigh relaxed. We lift and we lower. We've got 5 as we are and release. We've got 4 as we are and release. We've got 3, release, 2, release. Last one we're going to hold up, we're going to keep it up. That knee stays in the same position, but we're going to lift that heel and slowly lower. We're going to reverse our climb. Now these are little tricky ones. Again, if you've got little tight hips like me, don't worry. Just come up as far as feels comfy and drop down. So if you imagine that your knee was a little kind of pin in a notice board, or that little bit of a center of a clock, you should notice that the little heel pops up and drops down, but that knee doesn't move. Oh, we should definitely probably start to feel that burning into bottom a little. We've got 3. We've got 2. We've got that last one. We keep that leg up now. We hold. This is our new neutral. From here, we're going to lift up 45 degrees and come back down. Still space at the knees. Okay, we lift and push on up and drop back down. If you're starting to really feel a bit of an ache on that outside of the hip, you are just working hard. That's okay. We lift and we lower. Not many more. I know those bottoms are probably burning. We've got 4 and release. We've got 3 and release. 2 and release. Last one, leg drops down, we keep it up, let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are done. Nice, well done. Top hip gets that good kind of rub. You should feel that kind of really nice, kind of strong sense that we've got a good bit of work kind of going in there. Really, really lovely. It's great stuff. We're going to take ourselves onto our backs from here, but we're going to keep the little bands just in position. So take a little kind of roll just over, just onto your back. What we're going to do this evening is, if you have a little pillow, slide that just in between kind of knees, little pillow, little jumper, little block, anything that you've got, just to kind of create a little bit of kind of cushioning just at the knees. The bands are just going to stay where they are, but we're kind of going to ignore the fact that they're there, if that makes sense. So just kind of bands there, but we just ignore them. Our focus is going to be a little bit more kind of on the inner kind of thighs. So the hands are going to just drop just down and just by our side. Our collarbones are really lovely and long. Take the heels a little bit closer towards your bottom tonight than you might think, because this one can cause a little bit of kind of like almost like crampiness in kind of hamstrings behind the legs. We're going to start with just a couple of normal bridges. We're going to take a breath into the air. Breathing out, we're going to tilt the hip up towards the head. We're going to engage bottom muscles, and we're going to lift and squeeze and come on up. Whatever you've got sandwiched in between the knees, just hug gently just to keep them there. And then we relax, release, and we lower. We trickle the spine back down, coming back down level by level, all the way to the bottom. A breath in again. Breathing out, we tilt those hips, we squeeze the bottom, we roll, we release, squeeze, we lift, we come on up, bottom squeezes, we hold. And we breathe out, so trickle down again, coming back down level by level, all the way back down to the bottom of the back. Couple more, that little tilt, that squeeze, that roll, that peel. We lift, we come on up, we hold. We breathe out to relax, release, and again trickle back down, coming back down all the way to relax, release to the bottom. We have 2 more as we are. We take this nice and slow and controlled and really focus on getting that kind of lift of every little level individually and rolling down again. Now this next one we're going to lift up, we're going to hold once we're at the top. So coming up, we're going to hold. Now it's not so much a bottom exercise now as an inner thigh. And we're going to push kind of into the center of our little cushion towel or block and get a little bit of inner thigh work. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Bottom should relax a little here, that's okay. Inner thigh takes over. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We squeeze, we hold, we drop down halfway, squeeze and come back up. Let that inner thigh do the work. Squeeze and come back up. Drop down halfway, squeeze, come up. Give me 5. Keep on squeezing. Don't let that kind of grip go of your little kind of object between the knees. 3, 2, last 1, and we trickle on down level by level, coming all the way back down to the bottom. Little thing comes out just from between the legs, and we're going to take a little roll just onto our side, come on over into the other side. That's just a little nice little different take on our bridge. We normally focus lots on bum muscles, but working on those inner thighs this evening is a really nice way to kind of create some extra balance. Head drops down, and just again comfy with your pillow, with your block, whatever you kind of want in and underneath just your head. And we're going to bring yourself into that same little position. Knees come to front edge of kind of like your mat. Shin bones slide forwards, heels slide forwards as well. Top hip rolls to create that nice long line. Top hand on top hip, push down and away. Shoulder slides just away just from the ear. When we are ready here, we're going to begin with that high climb, lift and slow lower. Now we know what's coming second time around. We often find that second hip just that little bit harder. So don't worry if this one feels like it gets a little bit kind of lazier a bit sooner in the exercise. Keep working, keep pushing, giving it all you can. We'll lift and we lower. Lift and lower. With 3 as we are. With 2 as we are. With last 1. We're going to come back up. We're going to hold where we are. Knee stays steady. Let's take that little heel lift and slow lower. Little internal rotations, heel lifts, and we lower. Good stuff. We keep that space between the knees and we try and just keep that really even as we lift and as we lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, heel comes down, we hold, this is knee neutral, we keep that space between the knees, but we open an extra 45, and then we close, keep that space between the knees. Let's open and close, open and close, open and close. Really feeling outside of hip working, try and keep thigh relaxed. Good. Push on through if we can. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one leg comes down. Let's hold space between the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release. We are all done. Legs drop down. Top hip gets the good rub it deserves. Give you a little pat. Congratulations for working hard. We ease ourselves just up just from here, just to then just take that band kind of out. So one, kind of hoop yourself just from the band so that you're kind of free, and that can go down and just to this side. We take ourselves from here just onto our backs. We're finishing just all our effort just with a little bit more isolated ab work. This we're going to layer up. So we've got a couple of kind of options here. We'll start off just together, just laying the kind of foundations, and we'll work on up. So push yourself as far as you feel able to control and that you feel happy working this evening. Whenever you feel that you kind of reach your maximum, that's your level, and just stop and just keep working there. Arms are going to start just down and just by your side, and we just take a couple of little tilts of the pelvis just to kind of ground and just find just our comfy kind of neutral. Let the ribs just soften just down just towards the hips, and let the hands just drop just down and by the side. The belly button works into the spine here. When we are ready, we're going to take a little single leg lift up and into tabletop. The shin bone in line with the ceiling and the mat below, and we hinge from the hip to lower and drop down. Now our little cores are engaged, belly button into spine and pelvic floor is lifted. We lift and we lower, and we imagine that we've got that hinge at the hip. The knee almost is kind of fused at kind of 90, and we lift and we lower. Let that leg feel quite heavy, and that heaviness is what will help work your core. We lift and we lower. Now we are all looking good, but for some of us, we probably like to make this a little tricky. If we do, then let's take ourselves up into single and then double leg tabletop. Both legs are lifted, that lower back should still be on the floor, and we drop toe down and we lift back up. Drop toe down, lift back up. If you now notice that your lower back is like kind of popping up and off of the mat as we lower down and lift, work that core a little more, or just drop just to kind of like a little single leg or back up. We drop down and lift, down and lift. We've got 3, we've 2. Last one, legs in a single or a double leg tabletop. We lift up the top half of the body, and if we're taking double legs, we can swap over now in the mid position. So both knees are kind of dropped away from the hips. This will tension the core a little more. Hands can lift off the mat if we want to make it just that little bit trickier. If you're just sticking with a single leg, we're just lifting and lowering, but the head is lifted. Now, if the neck feels that it begins to become a little bit tired, Pop a hand in and behind your head and relax back a little like you're on that sun lounger. We lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep core engaged. Change, 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 change. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more each side. We hold and we hug those knees just into chest, taking a little rock here just side to side. Massaging that lower back just into mat, just letting hips just ground, just holding just nice and heavy. We've got our last little bit of kind of effort this evening, and we're going to take it into the obliques. Drop those little legs back down and take them back down and onto kind of mat. We're going to again build this one up. So once you get to kind of like, oh, I'm working really hard and I don't think I can do any more, just stop and work there. Hands come in behind the head. Now we make them like a little basket like we did earlier, so that head can feel really kind of relaxed just down and just in the hands. We start with a breath in, feet are wide, space between the knees. Breathing out, we're going to lift up and take a little curl up and over, and then relax, release and lower and drop on down. Other side, we lift up, we curl rib to hip, relax and release and drop on down. So as we lift on up, we squeeze rib over to hip, that space closes and we drop on down. Other side, lift and we cross on down. The tummies, they should still feel quite flat. We shouldn't notice that they kind of puff up as we do this. And we try here and create a little rotation at the top half. If this is feeling good for you and you feel like, yeah, I want a little bit more of a challenge, what we can do now is as we curl up, we draw a knee up. So we curl and crunch into knee and slowly, gently lower. Other side, we curl and crunch, slowly, gently lower. We alternate the legs and the pattern just to make us work that little bit harder. And if we want the real challenge this evening, this is our last little bit of kind of effort and activity. We're going to take both the legs up into double tabletop. We're going to take crisscross. So as we curl up, we're going to extend the other leg out and away. We come back to center, but we don't drop down. Other side curls, we come back in. Work wherever we're comfy. We've got a couple more reps together. Rotate and center. Rotate and center. Rotate and center. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come on in. Head drops down. Knees hug in. Whew, well done. Last little bit of effort. Tough little bit of abdominal work just to finish. And we just kind of ground. Let the breathing just settle. Just feel supported here just by mat. And we're going to let, when we're ready, just the left leg drop back down and make contact with the mat. We're going to take the right heel up and across. And we're going to place just the heel just kind of above the knee. We press on the inside of the right knee, so we're going to open through the front of the pelvis. Now that might feel like this evening for you enough of a stretch in the outer right hip. You want a little more, hug that left leg up though and in. Head can drop back and we hold in our figure of 4. Breathing just settles. Eyes can even close. And we're just enjoying just that sensation of the body just feeling soft and warm. It's worked hard, it's earned its rest. Using the breath out to try and create a little bit extra space in the hip, and as you breathe out, see if you can hug that left leg in a little more, or can you press a little more on the inside of that right knee to open it out a little bit more. Wherever you're comfy, last couple of breaths. When we're ready, these legs just soften and drop back down. We swap on over onto other side, drawing knee up and in, heel crosses up and over. Press a little on the inside of the knee. Again, maybe just feeling that sense of a stretch. Hold here if that's enough. But if we want a little bit more, then we just hug just the other side, just up and in, and hold that stretch. Really well grounded onto mat. Showing just the slowing of the breath. And as the breath slows, so does the mind. Holding, creating a little bit more space in that hip if we can. And then we just relax, just the legs, just on down. They come to mat, but just find whatever position is their most comfortable. Perhaps tonight that is knees together and the heels walking out of the outer edge of the mat. It could be that we prefer to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out. Or it could be that the legs stretching out long is what's most comfy. There is no right, just do whatever feels comfy for you. Hands can be down by side or on tummy. The eyes, they shut. We just melt into the mat, feeling soft, feeling supported. The eyes are closed. And we just enjoy just the sense of having nothing to do here. There is no resistance anymore at the tummy. As we take that breath in, we allow the tummy to expand and stretch towards ceiling. Breathing out softly, there's no resistance, there's also no effort. Big breath in. The ribcage expands in all directions. Breathing out all the way. Last big breath in. Breathing out all the way. We welcome a little bit of movement by wriggling fingers, wriggling toes. There is no rush to do so, but if the legs are outstretched, we'll bring them back in. Feet just come to ground on mat. The knees are out wide, we'll just softly close the knees. The knees are together, we'll just bring heels, bring toes, bring knees together. And we'll take just a soft little rock of that lower back side to side. When you're ready, we just ease ourselves just over and just onto the side. We take just a little moment, even just on our side, just relaxed. And then with the top half of the body, retaining just that heaviness, we ease ourselves just up and into the seat. Now the seat's just wherever you're most comfy. It's cross-legged, it's kneeling, it's long sitting, perhaps even taking a seat up and on a chair. The eyes can stay closed, the shoulders stay away from the ears. We glide just the hands just in and in front of the chest. Breathe out as we send the hands away, the shoulder blades slide, the head drops down. We glide on it. We stretch the hands up and towards ceiling, we become long. From here we take a little side body stretch, stretching those obliques, stretching through rib cage, breath into hold. Breathing out, we come back up through center, over into other side. Breath into hold. Out to come up to center, hands stretch, we go tall and low. We unlock the fingers, we push and press the palms out, little nerve stretch as we glide on down. And then the palms come just to rest, just on lap wherever they fall. We let the right ear just drop to the right shoulder, head can stay nice and heavy. We let the chin just soften, just roll, just connect to chest. We stop at the center. We slowly uncurl back up through the center, letting the head lift healing coming up. Over into the other side, head softens, we drop on down. We roll that chin just down and just towards the chest, head's nice and heavy. And we slowly uncurl from here, head peels up last, eyes open. Oh, and we are all done this evening, ladies. Sorry I kept you a little bit. I thought we would like that little extra rest just at the end. Really lovely stuff, everyone. Love